So I had this new thought only yesterday, and well, actually it was a question. See, I've been gone. I just got back. So I wonder what in the world's going on with this ministry. And I see our board president, Alan Carl, would you grab a microphone? And I've got some questions.
Did I ask for this?
Okay, before I left, we had two very strong candidates who were in for the senior minister position. And I keep hearing, we may have a third, we may have a third, we may have a... Where are we at with that?
I don't know. We actually had 8 candidates. And after going through all the resumes, doing background screening, extensive background screening, and doing some preliminary interviews, we actually came up with the 2 that were in here for a presentation. And you all were wonderful in filling out over 500 review forms. And your board has read every one of them. And we've been given significant suggestions, some of them were orders, to make a decision. We've been given also significant suggestions, some of them were orders, to bring in a third candidate. And you know what? It's sort of like, have you ever been in this position where you've... And we hear you and have the potential for a third candidate. Let me stress potential. And if that person goes through our screening and goes through our initial interview process, we'll bring that person in. We don't know yet, but we're going to give that process a chance and then make a decision. That's where we're at.
Are they a strong candidate? Because I've heard that, maybe we're just going to bring in any old third candidate just to have a third candidate.
I'm not a candidate. We will talk. No. We believe, as you know, the 2 candidates we brought in are exceptionally strong. We wouldn't bring anyone else in here. I've been adamant from the day this process started last January that we would only accept those who are the strongest possible for this community. That will include that third candidate if we bring them in.
So who is it?
God. Not. I'm sure you'll understand, for the sake of that person and that person's congregation, we can't share that person's name yet. If we bring that person in, you'll know the name and the background well before that happens.
So, Alan, what's our time frame on this?
Yesterday. Your board wants a decision as much as every one of you. We've been working really hard at this. I'm strongly comfortable in saying, even with a third candidate, we'll have a decision and a new minister before the end of January.
Okay, good. I've just got a couple more questions not related to the candidate. I've been really looking at the financial situation of this ministry and really want us to be in a strong financial position. So last couple of months, how have we done financially?
Thank you. The T3 campaign seems to have worked for the first time in months and months and months. We've had 2 months where we brought more in than we've spent out. We're in the black. That's just a start. We've got to keep going, but thank you.
And, Tom Hadley, I hear Reverend Barbara and Tom actually left yesterday for the ministry up in Salem, Oregon, and Tom was on our board treasurer, and our bylaws say that the board can appoint a new person to come in and fill the term for the rest of the year. What has the board decided on that?
Tom McNamara has been appointed as our new board member. Thanks, Tom.
Tom, would you stand? So, all for now.
Just want to say, on behalf of the board, thank you from the bottom of our souls for your help, your patience, your input, and your love. Thank you.
So I had this new thought only yesterday. I've been gone. Alita and I had the opportunity of going to up to the Pacific Northwest to the Olympic Peninsula to visit with my dad and my brother and my sister and her family over Thanksgiving. And it was a wonderful trip. It was about 10 days we were gone. And, you know, think about any trips that you have taken. What do you put in your suitcases to go on a 10-day trip? And how many suitcases in this day and age? You don't want to take a lot of suitcases with you. You know, how many suitcases do you take? Well, we were fortunate. We got it down to 2 suitcases, plus a carry-on, plus a briefcase that had all of the you know, the e-reader, the tablets, the phones, the chargers, and everything else. So, you know, you go through the airports and you pull in these suitcases and you've got these bags over your shoulders and you put the carry-on on top of the suitcase. And not only getting to the ticket place, but also when you land to get to the rental car facility, you land in SeaTac and you get your bags and you go up escalators and you go over and you go down escalators and you go across and up some more escalators and wait in line at the rental car place, and you're carrying all this stuff with you. What do you load? What do you really, really load in your suitcases? You know, our trip was about, I don't know, 4 hours between here and Seattle. It was straight through flight. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking about what do you take with you? And I was thinking about the journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem, about 80 miles. Be like traveling from Lee Summit to Topeka. So if you're traveling from Lee Summit to Topeka and you're walking 4 to 7 days, depending. You've got a pregnant woman, you know, with you, maybe 7 to 10 days to get all the way to Bethlehem. And you can't take all of this baggage and everything. What do you load on your donkey? So I was thinking about donkeys, and everybody's been wondering what I was going to do for the service today, loading the donkey. So I decided to bring in a donkey. Now my facilities people, eyes opened very wide. But Jane Sauvé, our business manager, is not here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in a donkey, and I've got the donkey right over here. So, you know, I'm thinking if I were going from Nazareth to Bethlehem or Lee Summit to Topeka, and I was walking, I probably couldn't take any more than what could fit in that bag. So what would I take with me? So I had this new thought only yesterday. I was thinking about the Christmas story, and here's this couple, and they're going to Bethlehem. Remember why they're going to Bethlehem? They're not going to Bethlehem to give birth. They're going to Bethlehem because they were taxed. Augustus declared a tax for all the world, and so they had to travel all the way to Bethlehem to pay the tax. So I had this thought. What if life isn't what we think it is? For Mary and Joseph, they thought life was about paying a tax. And yet the reason was so much bigger than that. The real reason they were going was so much bigger. How amazing would it be if, you know, our life's journeys through its ups and its downs, through its, quote, taxing, unquote, situations, are not for the reason that we think they are? What if our journey is about giving birth to the very presence of God in our lives? What would I load in my donkey? What would I put in my suitcase of life if I knew I was going to give birth to the son or daughter of God? If I was actually going to give birth to the light or the joy of God? So I had this thought only yesterday. What if this path that I am on is no less than seeing the wonder of God? What if this journey that I'm on is no less than seeing that which is beautiful, that which is true, and that which is good every single step of the way? So I had this new thought only yesterday. Going into the Thanksgiving season, I was tired. I was really, really tired. We had just come off Commitment Sunday. We had just come off the 40th anniversary celebration of this ministry. We just had 2 candidates coming in to try out. And so my destination on that Sunday, that last Sunday before I left town, was just to get to Monday morning. If I could just make it to Monday morning, then I could get some rest. And Monday morning came, and my destination was no longer Monday morning. It was getting to the airport with 2 suitcases, carry-on bags, and everything else that we had to take. And we got to the airport, and my new destination became just to get to Seattle. Just to get to Seattle. And so we got on the airplane, and we headed out, and the flight's doing really well, and my destination became rental cars. We've got to get the rental car. And so we're landing in Seattle. I pick up the suitcases. We're going up and down and over and under and up and across. My new destination was, okay, we got to the rental car facility. There was no long line. So I thought about that for nothing. So I need to get to Paulsbo, which means I need to drive through Seattle rush hour traffic, Tacoma rush hour traffic, Gig Harbor rush hour traffic. I need to go into that stretch of land between Gig Harbor and Bremerton where there is nothing but a sign that says, Women's Correctional Center, don't pick up hitchhikers. So, my new destination was just to get to Paulsbo. We got to Paulsbo, and my new destination was Thanksgiving. Just if I can just get to Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving came, and my new destination was just to get home. I had this floating destination that was always out there in front of me. And don't get me wrong, we all need a destination. We all need to know where we're going. A destination is extremely important. But I had this thought only yesterday. Many of you know about my brother. My brother is 63 years old. He has Down syndrome. He's one of God's really special children. And if my brother had his way, the calendar would only have 5 days on it. It would have New Year's Day because he can eat chips and dips and watch football all day. It would have Easter because he gets an Easter basket. It would have his birthday because, well, he gets birthday presents. It would have Christmas because he loves Christmas and getting Christmas presents. And, Thanksgiving first. Thanksgiving because the whole family comes together. So he would have just 5 days on his calendar. And we all think that's funny, and we laugh about that. But, I thought about that, and my calendar was very short, too. My calendar was get to Monday, get on the plane, get to Seattle, get to the rental car place, get to Paulsbo, get to Thanksgiving, get home. What about all the days in between? So I had this thought only yesterday. What if the most important thing is the journey? What if the journey is truly our destination? So that it wasn't about getting Seattle, it wasn't about getting to Christmas. What if our journey is about being fully present on December 14th at 11:37 in the morning, just to experience the wonder and the miracle and the joy that we have right now. See, there's preciousness in the moment. And as I look back on my trip, I think of the precious things that I missed because I wasn't fully present. Here we were on an airline, a brand new airplane, which had the most comfortable seating. Can you imagine in coach? Comfortable seating. They even had a sign on it that said comfortable seating. And there was leg room. And they had these little outlets so you could plug in all your electronic devices on the airplane. I now have a new favorite airline. But I was thinking about the precious things I might have missed in the moment because I was thinking about getting to Seattle. I didn't even look out the window to see if Mount Rainier was out in all of her glory. I didn't really enjoy the comfortable seating. I was thinking about my visit up there and just trying to get to Thanksgiving. And there was one precious moment that I truly remember. I remember my brother coming in. His name is Rick. For some reason that I don't know, because it happened after I left home, his nickname is Uncle Boo. So here he comes up to me. He's about this tall, and he's looking in my eyes. And this is a child who really loves the magic of Christmas, loves the magic of Christmas. And I say to him, Uncle Boo, what do you want for Christmas? And this huge smile, this huge smile. And he tells me he wants a pair of white socks and a pair of jeans. What a precious moment. And I would have missed it if I hadn't just stopped in my life just for a moment to appreciate the moment that we are living in. Alita and I, we had a really busy day yesterday, but we took a moment and we just put on some Christmas music and we just sat in our chairs and we did nothing but listen to Christmas music. What if our journey is our destination? What if this moment is the only moment there is? You know, they say the only power there is in this moment. What if that is absolutely true? What if our journey is truly our destination? So I had this new thought only yesterday. What do I pack if I'm not here for the reason that I think I am? What do I pack if the journey is my destination? What do I pack if even in the dark nights of my soul, I know there's going to be a glimmer of light taking me something bigger and better than I've ever experienced before in my life? What do I load on my donkey? What do I pack if I know that right here, right now, God is and I am? What do I pack if I know there's always something bigger just waiting to be born? What if I pack if I know that this thing that's bigger is nothing less than the child of God? So what have I loaded on my donkey? What have I packed for my journey? Nothing. Nothing. It's empty. It's empty. Because on my journey, I don't need anything but the love of God. And the love of God already indwells me. So I had this new thought only yesterday.
I thought a new thought only yesterday. Today I came upon it in a book out of a mind 2,000 years away. And I learned that long ago another took the way I take now, across the dark, seeking the good, the beautiful, the true. And having reached the same place, left a mark to let me know that he had been here too.
I had a new thought only yesterday.
On the night path of life, uncertain where I am or where the way may lie, I see suddenly far ahead a struck match flare out of the dark as from eternity. My heart leaps up and I press on again, alone but comraded by unseen souls.
I had this new thought only yesterday. What if we as a ministry, what if we as a congregation could experience the birth of a child like maybe we have never experienced it before? What if we could see in that child the very essence of God? What if we had the opportunity to bless a child this day? What if we could be part of a very special christening?
And so today we christen Harper June Nagel with the understanding that Christenings are a sacred ceremony where we honor the Christ, the living divine essence that is present within a child. We know that the divinity that lies within us is our truest nature, and through that divinity, we express our oneness with God. And so today, we honor and recognize that divinity within Harper June. We recognize that Harper's spiritual nature will bring forth many gifts that emanate from her soul, her heart, and her mind. That she will express the very presence of God. And in doing so, her highest good, her personal greatness will emerge. And she will be a genuine and true blessing to all of us and to the world. And so we're grateful, dear God, for the many ways in which we will know Harper. We give thanks for all that she will be now and in the years to come, knowing that she's beloved of God, divinely blessed and richly cherished. And we are filled with gratitude for her presence in our lives. And as parents of this little angel, Sarah and I are keenly aware that parenthood is much more than the bringing of a child into this world. And so as Harper's mother and father, we make a continuous commitment to honor her, to provide her with guidance, with love, with wisdom and support, and know that she will feel loved and know her inherent worth in return. We accept the responsibility and the honor of teaching Harper about the power and presence of love between a parent and a child. And we affirm that she will learn most clearly in our home what it means to be a family, what it means to always be supported by divine love. And Anna and Jennifer, it's a supreme gift of the Spirit that you've been chosen to guide little Harper as her godparents. God has trusted you and called upon you to bless her with wisdom, with kindness, with love and joy as you watch her grow and care for her throughout the years. And so will you hold Harper's highest good in your heart and in your mind? Will you help her to remember that she is special and she's born with gifts and talents that are uniquely hers? Will you love and encourage her in every way? And if so, please say, I will. Now, Harper June has been blessed with a loving family, including loving grandparents. And we know that grandparents bestow upon their grandchildren the strength and wisdom that time and experience has given to them. And we also know that grandchildren bless their grandparents with a youthful vitality and with innocence that helps them stay young at heart forever. And so together they create a chain of love that links the past to the future. And although that chain may lengthen, it will never part. Now today we're grateful to be joined by Harper's grandmother, Linda. And we also have with us a single pink rose that's symbolic of Harper's other grandmother, Beth, who is with us today in spirit. And so when we christen Harper today, we'll sprinkle rose petals that are symbolic of the truth that that chain connects her to those who love her always, whether they're with her here physically or with her in spirit. And so Harper June Nagel. What is that? I christen you in the name and through the power of the living presence of God. I know that you are blessed and loved, and it is through that power and presence that you move forward, always walking in one with Spirit. And so I invite all of you to join with us now in singing, I Behold the Christ in You, as Sarah and I light the candle from our Christ candle, knowing that it is symbolic of the light of God that shines within Harper. And we know that although this candle will be extinguished at the end of our time here today, that light will continue to shine within her from this moment forward. Yeah, it will.
I behold the Christ in you, here the life of God I see. I can see how great walk. I see this in all you do. I can see this as you talk. I behold God's love expressed. I can see you filled with power. I can see you ever blessed. See Christ in you hour by hour. I behold the Christ in you. I can see that perfect one. Led by God in all you do, I can see God's work is done.
And so it is. Amen.